declaring certain collections iconic, but let's be honest, some of these shows were good, some were confusing, and some were just straight up slop. Today we're doing some hot takes on designers from Fashion Week. First up, we have Tom Ford Fall 2026. As much as I love Tom Ford and Hyde Ackerman's creative direction for the brand, and you could really see Hyde's fingerprints all over this collection. The show was good, but I wasn't impressed. And seeing people online hype the runway set, which was purely white so the clothes would be the focus, people were acting like that was revolutionary, and it's not. Designers have been doing that for decades. It works, yes, but it's not exactly groundbreaking. Now there were definitely some looks that stood out. I love a coat, and when that dark armored green leather coat came out, I was immediately sold. Like, that's the type of coat that carries the entire outfit by itself. It's simple but strong in the way it was tailored, and the fact that it's made from a softer leather just elevates it even more. Sometimes simplicity done well is all you really need. My favorite section of the show though was his take on American Psycho, a movie about an American man who goes to fancy restaurants, dresses in designer clothes and looks absolutely perfect on the surface, but underneath it all, he's completely emotionless and a psychopath. Honestly, the timing for a reference like that couldn't be better. He had classic looks styled with little glass, a hair-bone suit paired with black and white snake print tie, and then the most obvious reference, a clear venom coat, not just with black lining but with black crocodile leather. And besides the clothes themselves, I love how the models interact on the runway. They were checking each other out as they walked past each other, almost sizing each other up. It felt tense, slightly confrontational, but also very sexual. Next take is standing for Gucci, and yeah, I've never really connected with them as a designer, and the fact that I can remember the controversies around him more clearly than the clothes from his 10-year run at Balenciaga kind of says everything. If I didn't know them before, this collection would have been extremely disappointing. The show was titled Primavera, inspired by Sandro Something, famous painting of the same name, supposed to be reflecting a new, lighter and more refined vision for the brand. But honestly, nothing about this collection screamed Gucci. Nothing felt particularly reinvented, nothing felt exciting. It just felt flat. No tension, no energy, no real Gucci moment. And interestingly, Demna actually said he intentionally simplified things for Gucci, moving away from the experiential approach he used at Balenciaga. But for me, that simplicity just removed the tension that usually makes fashion exciting. The only thing that actually saved the show were the makeup looks, the casting, and the runway setup. Tried to create a kind of a Gucci Max moment, referencing the sensuality of Tom Ford's 1990s Gucci era with body-fitting clothing and sleek tailoring, but it just didn't land. That said, Emilia Gray was a favorite choice for the show. She has a very distinct runway walk that works really well for a fashion show like this. Definitely more suited for this type of runway than something like Victoria's Secret, and seeing Kate Moss makes sense too. She was ultimately the it-girl during the heroin chic era of the 1990s, but overall, if I had to describe this collection with one word, it would be slop. One of my favorites. The show was called The 1%, marketing the culture of the ultra-rich, and honestly, this wasn't just a runway show, it felt like satire. There were gowns that clearly referenced Dior silhouettes from the 1950s, red gloves symbolizing blood on the hands, eyes covering banknotes showing how money can blind you, even distorted faces referencing plastic surgery. There was also a white set that clearly referenced Chanel's iconic tweeted suits. And the show also referenced other major fashion houses like Dior, McQueen, and Balenciaga, almost parodying the whole luxury system. This was a fashion show with a message, and I love when designers fully commit to a concept, especially when the message isn't subtle but full-on direct. Fashion sometimes tries too hard to be polite, and I like the designers stop doing that. Let's watch the clip of the designers explaining the show.
Hi, I'm Steven.
I'm Hannah, and we're
at the Matière Pical Défilé.
The collection is called The 1%, so we wanted to talk about power and money and what that looks like in the past, the present, and the future. We divided the collection into 3 sections. So the first section is about the power of archetypes. So that's why you see a lot of the Dior look and kind of this 1950s power. And then you go into the second tableau, which is about the power of community. And I feel like, especially with us, our community, even maybe we don't have all the money in the world, but we have so much power when we come together. And at the end, we have the power of the future and of possibilities. So yeah, Oprah.
Oprah. It's always going to be Oprah. Right? I mean, for us, she's the definition of power because she's a woman of color who have really sort of paved the way for so many others. And for us, that's sort of what real power is about defiance.
Last take is the Loewe show. Putting all the internet hype aside, Loewe has been on my radar for almost a decade now. It's one of those brands I've always liked, but the new American designers Jack and Lazaro, their fall collection, which is only the second, did exactly what they needed to do: experiment. From 3D printed looks to laser pieces and bold colored coats, the collection really leaned into playfulness. What I also find very interesting is how they're mixing traditional craft with technology, something Loewe has always been known for, but now pushing it further with things like 3D printing and molded latex. It was also their first time presenting menswear, and if you follow menswear, you know how often designers completely play it safe when it comes to men's clothing. So seeing experimentation here, texture, shape, color, was honestly refreshing. What's interesting is how quickly they're already establishing their own Loewe language. And those were my Fashion Week hot takes. Some designers impressed me, some really confused me, and some probably need a creative reset. This was the Slip Cut. Like and follow, and I will see you in my next video.